Hi guys, we present the basic performance equation and clock rate. Okay, this is the myself Dhirej Singh Yadav. Okay, uh, in Bangalore Institute of Technology, third sem CSE department. Okay, today we study the performance in computing. Okay, how we performs basic. Uh, what is the main concept? It is a CPU. CPU, how performance of CPU will work, and what are the clock rate. Okay, we see. First of all, we overview these things like what we study. Introduction. First, we study the performance in computing, basic performance equation, and important of clock rate. Second, now the performance in computing. What is the performance in computing? It is a nothing but the efficiency and the speed of computer system uh, using the complete a task. Okay, uh, how to measure the performance? That is the two basics. First of all, that will be execute time taken to complete a task, or other is throughout total amount of work done in a given time. Okay, the basic of performance equation. We introduce a equation, or we can also call it a formula. Uh, what is it? It is a performance and equation time is inversely proportional. Okay, as we know that if we increase the performance of any system, that means we expected that if we do anything, then execution time will be less. So the performance and execution will be inversely relation. Okay, like higher performance equal to lower execution time, we can say. Or what are the factors affecting the execution time? Okay, see the clock cycle time. If the clock cycle time will increase, then the performance will increase. Number of instruction. If we give a number of instruction more at a time, then we expect that the performance will decrease that time. Okay, or cycle per instruction. If we give a instruction for if we give a long instruction, then it complete cycle will take larger time. Okay, uh, it depends. So what is the clock rate? Clock rate, it is a measured speed at the processor can execute instruction. Okay, the maximum number of instruction executed per second, the frequency of clock cycle, that are the impacts performance directly. Okay, so we introduce clock rate. What are the clock rate factors? Means what affects the clock rate? Okay, the process architecture, or how it is manufactured, or heat dissipate, voltage supply. Like if the heat dissipation is more for a system, then it is necessarily required that uh, performance will decrease. Okay, that are the factors which affect clock rate. Okay, now we can say that what are the importance of clock rate, why we even study. So determine overall system performance, we have to use the clock rate. Okay, that are also increase throughout or reduce execution time. Okay, means if the higher the clock rate, then the increase the clock cycle and reduce the execution time. Okay, now we detail understand the performance, understanding of performance of computing. Okay, the performance in computing refers to how efficient or quickly a computer system can complete a task. It is a critical metric in evaluating the efficiency of the hardware and software system. Okay, the measurement metrics. That means how we measure the performance that we already discussed even, and now it is also coming. The time taken to complete a specific task or program. The total amount of work done by a system within a given period of time. Okay. Processor clock. We see even in this picture, uh, what is the instruction cycle or process clock. If we give an instruction, then it fetches the instruction. Okay, then system decode it, then it decode instruction in 01 format as we have no. Okay, that will be read by the memory. Okay, then the instruction has to be executed, and then again it will fetch. It means we can say the one instruction will be completed. Okay, uh, so the process circuit are controlled by the timing signal called a clock. Okay, the clock define regular time interval called clock cycle. The length of P of one clock cycle is important parameter that affects processor performance. P is nothing but it is a processor performance. Okay, so it is a inversely proportional to clock rate. Uh, Obviously, the if the clock rate is high, the performance will cycle length of performance cycle should be less. Okay, the process used to today's personal computer, a workstation has clock rate that ranges from few hundred millions to over billions even. Okay, the cycle per hertz. We can say millions denoted by mega and billions denoted by giga. Okay, the corresponding in general uh, clock period is 2 to 0.8 nanometer, nanosecond respectively. Means if we use 500 million cycles per second, it will 2 or 1215 million cycles, that also called as 1.25 gigahertz, that is 0.8 nanosecond. Okay, the basic performance of the equation. We discuss here a equation. Okay, it is a equation. Uh, Equation that is T is equal to N into S by R. We discuss what is a T, what is an T. T is the program execution time. That means time taken by a program to be executed. Okay, that will be number of instruction. If number of instruction is large, then program execution will be large. Okay, S average steps per instruction or clock rate. If the clock rate is higher, then the that will program execution time is less. That we formulate as a formula. Okay. Here the instruction may be executed more than once, which can also cancel instruction inside the program loop. Okay. Some performance measurement. It is important to be able to access the performance of a computer. Okay, how do we measure a performance? Okay, manufacture a performance indicator it marketing process. Buyer used to such data to choose among many available computer models. The previous discussion suggests that the only parameter that probably describe the performance of a computer. Okay, to make the comparison possible, a standard program must be used. Okay, the something we want to discuss like non-profit organization called System Performance Evaluation Corporation. Okay, select the publisher representative application program. This is the corporation or cooperative society that used to manufacture a good performance CPU. Okay, the some program also compiled and run on one computer selected as a reference. Okay, some has a name as SCPC95 or ITNA. Okay, now we study clock rate. What is a clock rate? There are two possibilities of integrating the clock rate. Are improving the integrated circuit IC technology make logical circuit faster, which reduce the time needed to complete a basic step. Okay. Mm, what is the allow clock period P to reduce the clock rate to increase the R. Okay, or either we can say increase the value of R or entirely caused improvement in IC technology. Okay, in the presence of K, the percentage of access the main memory is small, hence the much performance gain expected from the user to faster technology can be realized. Okay, now we study the conclusion. Conclusion, it is mainly all the things we have studied for there that we compile here in a point wise in shorter time for revision. Higher performance imply lower execution time, indicate faster task completion. Uh, Execution time is influenced by various factors, including clock cycle time, the time taken to complete one clock cycle. Okay, clock rate we have already discussed. The factor determining clock rate. Later, the process architecture, manufacturing technology, heating dissipation, and voltage supply. Okay. Overall, the performance of clock rate plays a crucial role in determining the overall performance of computer system. What are the conclusion? In summary, the basic performance equation and the role of clock rate is fundamental for optimizing system performance. By considering factors influencing execution time and leveraging advancement in clock rate technology, we can enhance the efficiency and responsiveness of computing system. Okay. The ultimate improving user experience and productivity that we discuss all are for the performance and the computing system. Okay. That we discuss basic performance equation and clock rate. We have discussed here the equations what we study, how it varies and depends. Okay, thanks for watching.